Today on Hook the Future, we're back fishing with my buddy Captain Schurr in the creeks of Northeast Florida, catching everything that swims. This flounder's flapping, man. We got to get him back in the water. Stay tuned, guys. We got a great show for you today. Today we're back in my hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. Getting away from it all, back in the creeks aboard our new Carolina Skiff JVX-20. Jacksonville is home to miles and miles of some of the fishiest backcountry waters you can find. Trout, flounder, redfish, and more abound in these oyster bar-lined creeks, and we have just the guys to catch them. My buddies John and Ashton. Both of these guys love to fish and they are ready. The heavy winds are not our friend today, but there's no way I'm telling these boys we have to reschedule. They are so excited. So with the help of my longtime friend Captain Schurr, we're gonna find some fish and create some memories.
So you take the hook, you just go through the mouth, and voila, and the nose.
You guys got it down to a science now.
Yep.
All right, let's get out here and put them in the water and catch some fish with them.
Yeah, sure.
So Jonathan, you get to fish a lot with your grandfather, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all catch some fish? You fish in creeks like this?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
When I got the call from being Hooked from the future, I was like, yeah, sure. I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm just chill. I'm like, but when my grandfather told me, I'm like,
When I found out I was on Hook the Future, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get on the boat and fish and get out of school.
That's what's great about coming into Jacksonville and fishing with Captain Ron. You know, no matter how busy and bustly the city's going, 5 minutes from the ramp, you're back here and feels like you're 1,000 miles away from any problem you got.
yeah.
And the fish are here too. Keep him going, man. Here, swing him right in here. Nice start. Back up, back up. Trout, pull the pole over this way. Walk backwards, walk backwards. Man, we're after the redfish today. We're getting the speckled trout right off the bat. Come over here and sit with me, man. Nice job. So we got him back here hanging out in the back, and all of a sudden he's going, I got one, I got one. Nice trout, man. These trout, they're mean. See how they got the snaggle tooth? He's missing one right here, but they're mean, man. Trout are voracious feeders. They'll come after just about anything. What a pretty fish, huh? Here, man, let's let it slide over here and let him go. Why don't you sit down right here? There you go, right there. Here, let's let this guy go and catch another one. Nice job on the trout. Whoop. Didn't take him long. Slimy 5. I don't know, guys. You got a fish on. I think I win right now.
Oh.
Yeah, very blessed to do what I do and get to take guys like you out and catch redfish and stuff.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Is that a fish? You got him? All right, Jonathan, when he gets close, well, don't reel anymore, walk backwards. Nice little rat red to start off.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Not bad.
See these redfish, see how this one's got spots on the back of them? Everyone's different. This has got 3 on this side, only 1 on this side, textbook. But they come in here and they have this blue tail where they get in here and they feed on the bottom. You can see how their mouth does, and they're just like a vacuum on the bottom, huh?
Cool.
Yeah, and they got crushers on the top, and eat any kind of crustacean, mud minnow, and pretty hefty feeders. But these backcountry areas serve as an estuary for these redfish, and they come back here. It's kind of like a little nursery here, but there's some big ones back here too, man.
When I'm not fishing, I like to relax, play with my brother, play with my dog, play some basketball games. Mostly, everything we do is hang with my family. Pop, my grandfather, mom, dad.
These fish come up and they get on the flats, you know, and they just kind of warm up and they bunch up together. And we're here in early March now, just starting to get right in here in the creeks. Really right. You can always catch some fish back here. Any time of year you can come in the creek and catch fish. And today the wind's blowing like, I don't know, 15 to 20 offshore. And we get back here and It's like a 5-foot tide in here, just drop back down in between the creeks and the marsh and catch some fish. I like it. There you go. Keep him in the water. Whoa, 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 look at you snagging jacks. What do you got? Bluefish. Whoa, whoa. Man. Look at you. Bluefish, they'll bite you too, man. You gotta watch the bluefish. You got choppers.
I found out about Hook the Future from a clinic boat show, and he was in there, and I saw him, and it got me interested in wanted to watch it, and I wanted to be on it, and so here I am.
We'll be right back from the creeks in Northeast Florida when Hook the Future returns. In the grass, and they eat the crabs and stuff, the fiddlers and all the little crustaceans that they can't normally get to. And then when it drops out, they get on these points and ambush points and wait for the fish to come out of the creeks and hammer them. But sometimes they'll drop in little holes. It's gonna happen. Keep the faith. Feel it. There's just thousands of areas like this in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida. You put in your time, like I said, power fishing, fish the points, fish the creeks, creek mouths, you'll catch some fish. Keep him tight, keep him tight, keep him tight. Nice job, man. Watch him, he might run under the boat when he gets close. Feel pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? All right, nice job. Nice job, don't reel too much. When he gets close, you're gonna walk backwards a little bit. Perfect. Hold what you got. Don't reel. Don't reel. Hold what you got.
Oh, what? Oh.
Keep him in there. Keep him in there. Oh man, nice trout. Keep it. Don't lift his head out. Keep his head in the water.
Oh.
Perfect. Nice trout. Oh, he got off right there. He lifted his head out of the water. Did you see that? Did you see this guy? But when you get them up close, you got to keep their head in the water. If you pick them up like that, they'll shake off and just get off. That's all right. Nice trout, man. Dusting the ice off the boat. He's getting the skunk off. We're gonna catch another one in a minute.
Yeah.
Nice job. Keep him in the water. Keep him in the water. Keep him in the water. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, big trout. Lines flying everywhere. You guys. Man, nice job. He wasn't going anywhere. Is that the one you had? He got off, came back for his. Man, he swallowed that jig. He wasn't going anywhere, was he?
Fishing's awesome because whenever you get a big fish on, it's so exciting. Your blood pressure goes up, and your heartbeat goes up, and you're just so excited. So. It's also nice to know what you're doing, and because when you know what you're doing, it makes it more fun.
See you, Mr. Trout. Go up there. There he goes. Nice job, man. Slimy five. Get another one in a second. It's time to learn how to catch more fish with Eagle Claw's Tip of the Week. Guys, if you're fishing around obstructions like we are today with these oyster bars and you're getting hung up a lot, try a jig. All a jig really is a weighted hook. They come in all different shapes, sizes, and eyeballs, but it's really just a weighted hook. And if you use a jig correctly, you can use your favorite artificial or live bait, and it makes the hook face up away from the obstruction. So you're gonna get hung up a lot less when fishing a jig than other baits. So if you're getting hung up a lot, try a jig. Don't forget to try these new Eagle Claw Trout Car jigs. They work really well on these redfish. And that's this week's Eagle Claw Tip of the Week. Nice job, man. Nice job. Good job. Keep him out that way. Perfect, perfect. Right there. Stay right there, and what you're gonna do is walk backwards into that thing. Don't reel anymore. Look at you. Big old trout. Nice trout. Not a big old trout, but a nice trout. Swing him back into me. There we go. Yeah, a nice trout. Got the mud minnow jig combo for the trout. We're supposed to be filming a redfish show. Why are we catching all these trout? Give me a slimy five, man. You rocked on that. It was a good fish. Call that one all on your own there. You can see, man, these trout. Look at their mouth. And nice fish, huh? See all the spots out on them? That's why they call them a speckled trout. Like I say, they usually have two fangs up there. Pretty mean guy, trout.
When I go fishing, I normally go for, I do freshwater and I'll go for bass, catfish, and when I'm saltwater fishing, I'll try to go for redfish and some sea trout.
There you go, get him, man, take your time. Take your time, right there. What do you got? A little red. Swing him in, swing him in. Whoa, whiting? What are you doing catching whiting in here? This is on our surf fishing show last week.
I think the secret of fishing is to find out what water column the fish are in and to be patient.
When you come in these creeks out of Jacksonville, Northeast Florida, man, it's just miles and miles of winding creeks back here. I mean, you can really get lost back here in the amazing creeks. Captain Ron knows where the fish are, knows where to go back here, but it's just miles and miles of oyster bars, points, a great fishery. Can't recommend it enough to bring your whole family out here, and it really helps kids, especially like these guys' age, get their casting down and get fine-tune their techniques. You know, everybody that comes out here wants to work on the catching fish, but it's also a great time to work on your fundamentals of fishing and get your kids out here casting properly, missing the oyster bars, setting the hook. You're going to have a lot of mistakes that you make out here, but it makes you a better fisherman. So you're casting all day, fishing these shorelines. It's a great place to bring the family back in these creeks. Can't recommend it enough. Pretty peaceful too.
Stay tuned for a lot more fun when Hook the Future returns.
On this week's Gotta Have It segment, you gotta have the new Trocar jigs by Eagle Claw. Everybody knows they make the best hooks on the market. Now they're making jigs for saltwater. You gotta check them out. Check them out today at eagleclaw.com. Take your time, Ashton. Take your time, take your time, take your time. Hold it right there, hold it right there, hold it right there. Back up for me. There you go. Nice job, Ashton. What are you catching now? Ashton, somebody tell this guy we're trying to catch some redfish today. Now what are you catching? Another trout, summer trout. These are called like sugar trout. They don't have the spots like the speckled trout. But you're knocking down every species except what we're after. Give me a slimy 3 for that one, I guess. All right, we're gonna let him go and catch some more. It'll take him long. Man, what do you got?
Oh,
A flounder. Man,
Flounder.
don't reel anymore. He's gonna get off. Man, flounder, red. Look at you guys.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Again, Jonathan, get up here. Flounder. Flounder are really cool. You can see how their belly's white on the bottom where they lay in the sand. Look at these eyes on top. What do?
They love
Yeah, they bury down under the mud and under the sand, all but their eyeballs, and wait in ambush points, like coming out of this creek right here. Wait for the bait to swim over the top of them, jump up and grab it, and then come back and chew it up. And look at a flounder, man. A flounder's got a mean mouth, even for this little guy. Pretty big mouth. Look at the teeth in there. A flounder eat just about anything that swims by.
The secret of fishing is always be yourself and always have fun. Probably that.
What do you got? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Step down here. All right, point him back that way. Keep him. Jonathan, is this another trout? I've been trying to talk to you guys about catching redfish. Now we're doing a trout show out here. Oh, man. Now you got a yellowmouth? Is that what's next? Wonder why they call him yellowmouth. Yeah, because his mouth's shallow. You can see the fangs in there now. Can you see them? Stick your finger in there and see if they're sharp. Nah, I'm just kidding. Man, the yellowmouth trout. Every kind of trout there is.
Yep.
And we got some big trout up here sometimes. You know, we caught a monster trout last year on the show.
Today we caught trout, flounder, and bluefish, and the one that fought the most was one of the trout.
I don't know. I think you're back to the Trout Master series here. Back up a little bit. Bluefish. Man. Bluefish, redfish, trout, flounder. We got them all. Dip your pole down a little bit. There you go. And look at these bluefish, man. Now they got some teeth. They will bite you. See how mean he is? He's just You see those little teeth around the bottom of his lip and all? Man, they will hurt you bad if you stick your finger in a bluefish's mouth. Call them choppers because they have choppers. All right, let's see if we can get him unhooked. Set that pole down. A lot different fish than the other guys. These guys are fast. They pull hard, all muscle. And I'm gonna let him go. Hey, Mr. Bluefish. What's your take on the day?
My take on is probably I want to catch more reds.
More reds.
Yeah.
Me too.
Just I want to get in that red zone.
Are you a superstitious guy? Should we put on like a rally caps or something?
Not that much.
Not that much? Okay.
I'm
You've
just
been living right though, right?
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
well
just
that's the main thing if you're living right.
Yeah, I'm just taking it easy.
No bananas on the boat, right?
Nope.
All right, we're in good shape. Don't go anywhere. Hook the Future will be right back. Pull up.
Oh shoot.
A nice flounder. Oh, don't reel anymore. Don't reel anymore. Just keep him back up.
Holy cow.
Let's get him. Nice flounder. Back up, back up, back up.
That's bigger than mine.
It is bigger. Oh, right there. Nice flounder.
Nice and scrummy.
It's a good flounder right here. You can see again, his eyes right on top of his head, man. He just pounces up, grabs that bait, and look at his mouth. I want to open that for me. Let's see if you can get that mouth. Man, some mean teeth in there. Flounder can really get you. That's a good fish right there. That was probably good enough to take home.
Yeah, let's do it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Look at the camouflage on him, huh? What a pretty fish.
Let's do it.
Never see this guy. He just bury down into the mud,
Yep.
waits for him to swim over the top, jumps up and grabs him, comes back down.
Straight.
Nice job.
Nice.
Nice job. Here, my buddy Captain Schurr, man, we go way back.
We do, yeah.
You filmed the first season of Hook the
I
Future
did. My
with
daughter
us.
did the first show. What was that, 15 years ago?
The very first show. What is your daughter doing now? What was the story you were
She's
just telling me?
hooked on fishing the future out in Montana, hunting and fishing. Yep.
You know, his daughter, Kristen, was one of the first girls that was actually on the first episode. We shot Triple Tail in Brunswick, Georgia.
Yes, we did.
And she came up, how old was she, about 10 or 12 that year?
She was 9 or 10.
9 or 10. And next thing I know, she's graduated college, working in the Keys, and now she's in Montana, and then she just went on a bonefish trip somewhere.
Went to Mexico.
I mean, yeah, living the outdoors, and that's what it's all about. Let me tell you, this guy right here is a creek guru. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. Today was a very challenging day. We had a lot of wind today, man.
We did, yeah.
Wrong tides, wind, everything backwards, but we had the kids to go. They were out of school. Get out here and find some fish, and I think they had a ball today.
I had a ball too, so it was a good day.
It's a lot of fun, man. I mean, we caught everything. But tell the people at home about the creeks up here in Northeast Florida. I mean, there's some tail and redfish action. You have grass reds. You know, tell us about it.
Well, we have tail and redfish in the fall, and this time of year we should be having schooled up reds. We didn't find today. The weather just hasn't gotten cold enough. But typically they're schooled up back in these creeks, and you could hit 1 or 2 spots and just stay on them all day.
So in the wintertime, they come back here and ball up and get on the mud flats and just kind of hover and hang around certain areas,
Yep.
right?
The bait comes back here, and they're protected back here, and the tides are lower, so they just stage up in these holes.
And one of the things that people at home don't realize is there's a lot of little factors that factor into these redfish too. Like you were telling me about a worm hatch that happened on the new moon. What happened?
We have a worm hatch somewhere around April, May, or March, April, May on the new moon, and we had that last Sunday. So these fish were still a little bit kind of boogered up from that.
Yeah,
so
full of worms,
yeah,
right?
And then we had this front come through with the wind, so it really challenged us today.
But man, I gotta tell you, if you want to take a trip, bring your family out here. I can't recommend this guy enough. You will have fun, you will catch fish, and you will want to fish with him again. How can people get a hold of you?
You go to my website, www.fishingnorthflorida.com, or my phone number, 904-707-8328.
I gotta say, man, I had a good time on the reunion tour out here. We gotta do it again. You'll see Ron out here with us again, but you gotta fish with Ron. If you come to North Florida, you don't get back into these creeks, you're missing out. Did you guys have fun today?
Yeah.
Take a kid fishing. Bring him back here with Captain Ron in the creeks of North Florida. You'd be glad you did. Big slimy fives to our anglers Ashton and John. Even though it wasn't the best catching day, we had a blast. Their positive attitudes made the day. I so wish we could have gotten on those redfish today, but that's how fishing goes. You don't crush them every time. We love catching fish, But that's not what it's all about. It's all about being out on the water creating memories that won't soon be forgotten. And I'm pretty sure Ashton and John will remember this day for quite a while. Slimy fives to my good friend Captain Ron Schurr. Captain Ron worked hard behind the scenes today to ensure John and Ashton had a great time. I've known Captain Ron for over 20 years, and let me tell you, he is the man when it comes to fishing the creeks of North Florida. A day on the boat with Captain Ron will not only produce fish, it will also make you a better angler. I can't recommend him enough, so give him a call at 904-707-8328 or log on to fishingnorthflorida.com and book your trip today. To find out how you and your family can take the same trip as you've seen on today's show and what's going on behind the scenes, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. Send us your big fish photos with hashtag Slimy5 and we'll feature them on our social media.